Good afternoon and welcome to the Public Service Commission of South Carolina. It is Thursday, April 25th at 12:01 p.m. and we are here for our weekly commission business meeting, although it is at a rescheduled time due to some travel that commission staff and commissioners have to make this afternoon for another hearing. Let's take a roll call of commissioners. With us virtually, we have Commissioner Thomas, present in the hearing room. We have Commissioner Justin Williams, Vice Chair Powers, Commissioner Carolee Williams, Commissioner Caston, and Chair Belser. Before we begin with our agenda, I invite you to join me for a moment of silent reflection. Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Scarborough.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, Vice Chair Powers, and Commissioners. First item of business is to set the next regularly scheduled business meeting. Staff recommends that the next commission business meeting be set for Thursday, May 2nd, 2024 at 2:00 p.m.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough. We'll set the meeting for next Thursday, May 2nd at 2 p.m.
Thank you. Today we have 9 items on the utilities agenda and 7 items on our transportation agenda. Item number 1 appears in dockets numbered 2023-388E and 2023-403E. This is a request from the Office of Regulatory Staff that the Commission maintain certain portions of the testimony and/or exhibits of witnesses Daniel J. Sullivan, David M. Herpel, Brandon S. Bickley, Kevin J. Mara, Michael Seaman Wynn, and Dan Whitliff is confidential.
Commissioners, we've heard utilities agenda item 1 is identified by Mr. Scarborough. Do I have a motion?
Chair Belser.
Vice Chair Powers is recognized.
Thank you. I move the Commission grant the Office of Regulatory Staff's request that the Commission maintain certain portions of testimony and/or exhibits of Daniel F. Sullivan, David M. Herpel, Brandon S. Bickley, Kevin J. Mara, Michael Seaman White, and Dan J. Whitliff as confidential unless or until the Commission rules such information is not entitled to protection from public disclosure, or the company agrees that such information is no longer confidential or proprietary. So moved.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Vice Chair Powers. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Vice Chair Powers.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Carolee Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 2 appears in docket number 2023-388E. This is a request from the South Carolina Energy Users Committee for confidential treatment of certain portions of the testimony and exhibits of witness Jeffrey Pollock.
With regard to utilities agenda item 2 is identified by Mr. Scarborough. Is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Justin Williams is recognized.
I move that the Commission grant South Carolina Energy Users Committee request for confidential treatment of certain portions of the testimony and exhibits of Jeffrey Pollock.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Justin Williams. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carolee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 3 is in dockets numbered 2023-388E and 2023-403E. This is a motion from the Office of Regulatory Staff for a declaratory ruling and a motion in limine.
With regard to utilities agenda item 3, do I hear a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Caston is recognized.
I move that the clerk's office schedule an oral argument for the motion for declaratory ruling and motion in limine filed by the Office of Regulatory Staff to be held on May 2nd, 2024, immediately following the Commission's regularly scheduled business meeting. Commission is in receipt of Duke Energy Carolinas LLC's response to the motion, and ORS has until Monday, April 29th, 2024, to file a reply, if any. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Caston. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams,
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers,
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, the motion carries.
Item number 4 is in docket number 2023-211WS. This is a request for approval of the joint application regarding the sale of assets and transfer of facilities, territory, and certificate of public convenience and necessity from Lake Wiley MHP Utilities LLC to CSWR South Carolina Utility Operating Company LLC.
With regard to utilities, agenda item 4, is there a motion?
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Caston,
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move that the commission direct the clerk's office to schedule this matter for hearing by issuing a notice of filing and public hearing, a pre-filing testimony letter, and a transmittal letter so that this application can move forward. Therefore, the request of CSWR South Carolina Utility Operating Company LLC to waive a formal hearing of this application is denied. That's my motion, if I may make a brief comment.
Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Caston. We'll entertain discussion, starting with Commissioner Caston.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I note that in a letter from ORS filed April 22nd, 2024, ORS stated they intended to file testimony with the Commission regarding this application, so this motion accommodates that request.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 5 appears in docket number 2024-85S. This is an application from Jacob Utilities LLC for approval of contracts with Goldie and Associates Incorporated and Greenstone Construction LLC.
With regard to agenda item 5, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Thomas is recognized.
I move the commission carry this over to the May 2nd, 2024 commission business meeting to allow comment from the Office of Regulatory Staff. In the event that ORS determines it is unable to provide comment by May 2nd, 2024, I ask that ORS submit a letter requesting additional time and provide the commission with the date by which they will provide comment. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Thomas. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 6 is in docket number 2022-168A. This item involves reports filed by Class A water and wastewater companies pursuant to Commission Orders numbered 2023-67 and 2023-314.
With regard to agenda item 6, do I hear a motion?
Chair Belzer, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams is recognized.
Thank you. Commission Order number 2023-314 requires that electric utilities with more than 100,000 customers, regulated natural gas local distribution companies, and Class A wastewater and water companies shall submit the reports required by Order number 2023-67 on a biennial basis. The details of the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act as applied in South Carolina does not permit privately owned Class A wastewater and water companies to be eligible for these grants. Thus, I move that privately owned Class A wastewater and water companies subject to the jurisdiction of this commission no longer be required to file biennial reports regarding the status of these grants.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Carol Lee Williams. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 7 appears in docket number 2024-4G, which is the application for admission pro hoc vici of Melinda L. McGrath Esquire, filed on behalf of Piedmont Natural Gas Company, Incorporated.
With regard to utilities, agenda item 7, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Caston is recognized.
I move that the commission grant the application for Pro Hoc Vici admission of attorney Melinda L. McGrath Esquire.
Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Caston. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, beginning with Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 8 is in docket number 2024-134C. This item involves the appointment of a hearing examiner in this docket.
With regard to agenda item 8, is there a motion? Vice Chair Powers is recognized.
I move the commission appoint Alicia K. Clausen as hearing examiner in docket number 2024-134-C. The application of Campus Communications Group Incorporated for a certificate of public convenience and necessity to provide facilities-based local exchange service and resold long-distance telecommunications services, and for the flexible regulation of its local exchange services and alternative regulation of its long-distance service offerings.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Vice Chair Powers. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item number 9 is in docket number 2023-242E. This item involves an amendment to the Commission Directive dated March 7th, 2024, and to provide an opportunity for notice and hearing and related matters.
With regard to utilities, agenda item 9, is there a motion?
Chair Belser, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams is recognized.
Thank you. I move that the commission amend item number 5 in the directive issued on March 7th, 2024, in docket number 2023-242-E. The commission may, pursuant to the South Carolina Code annotated section 58-27-2130, rescind or amend any order or decision made by it at any time except in limited circumstances enumerated in the statute which do not apply in this case. Item number 5 in the directive states, and I'm quoting, Duke Energy Progress properly included the rider 39 charge to the outdoor lighting portion of the monthly bill shown on the bill under Billing Details Lighting as fixed monthly rider 39, as approved by the Commission. Upon subsequent review of the testimony and evidence presented in the record, it appears that there may be instances where the DERP incremental charge under Rider 39 has been applied to both the residential portion of the monthly bill shown on the bills under Billing Details Electric as the fixed monthly Rider 39, as well as the outdoor lighting portion of the monthly bills. As such, the complainant may have been charged in excess of the statutory caps established pursuant to the South Carolina Code annotated section 58-39-150. Therefore, I move that item number 5 of the directive be amended to read as follows. Based on Commission review of the testimony and evidence of record, Duke Energy Progress included the Rider 39 charge to the outdoor lighting portion of the monthly bill shown on the bill under Billing Details Lighting as fixed monthly Rider 39, as well as the residential portion of the monthly bill shown on the bills under Billing Details Electric as the fixed monthly Rider 39. Therefore, the charge per account exceeded the statutory caps enumerated in South Carolina Code annotated section 58-39-150. At this time, this finding is limited to the complainant's account. Should the parties request an opportunity to be heard, a hearing will be limited to the single issue of whether Duke Energy Progress has properly included the Rider 39 charge to the outdoor lighting portion of Mr. Hedwin's monthly bill. The parties have 10 days from the date of this directive to request a hearing on this single issue. Should a party request an opportunity to be heard after the notice contained in this directive, I move that the Commission direct the clerk to issue a notice of hearing to schedule a hearing. Should none of the parties request an opportunity to be heard pursuant to South Carolina Code annotated section 58-27-2130, I move that the Commission issue a final order including the language to item number 5 as amended by this directive, along with its findings of fact and conclusions of law based on the evidence of record to support its decision concerning item number 5 as amended. The party's right to file a petition for rehearing or reconsideration pursuant to South Carolina Code annotated regs 103-854 is preserved, even if neither of the parties request an opportunity to be heard on the single issue as outlined in this directive. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Williams. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Caston
I did not participate in this hearing, so I will not be voting.
will show you as present, not voting.
Madam Chair.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Madam Chair, I'm going to take this opportunity, I guess, as a point of personal privilege to give some flowers and encouragement. I want to give some flowers to the Public Service Commission and give some encouragement to ratepayers with issues that they feel as if need to be heard. I want to start with the flowers first. I think that without knowing how we provide open access to the commission here, it can be taken for granted that the commission has about 7 or 8 television screens in the back with a personnel of usually 3 to 4 people operating our live stream that not only broadcast our hearings and our meetings, but also give access through WebEx to allow attendees to participate virtually. The petitioner in this case had the opportunity to bring their case without having to travel to Columbia, and I think that is not only a credit to the commission generally, but also a credit to our executive director who has expanded this program and the staff that works the live stream that expanded this program greatly to provide open access, which meets the commission's strategic goals 2 and 3, specifically serving stakeholders with integrity and with a meaningful opportunity to be heard, along with effectively and efficiently managing the commission's resources to commit to an open and responsive process that provides opportunities that encourages stakeholder involvement and serves the public interest and jurisdictional utilities. I also want to commend the lawyer assigned to this case, as well as the attorney supporting the lawyer's effort to make sure that every issue that was presented by the petitioner here and by the company was fully vetted, researched, and delivered to the commissioners in a manner where everyone had opportunity to ask questions. That took a lot of time, it took a lot of effort, and I'm very appreciative of the willingness to drill down and look not only at the evidence of record that was presented during the hearing, but also looking at commission orders that are on file that the commission takes notice of when considering matters that appear before us. Last but not least, I'd like to encourage all rate holders and stakeholders to participate if they feel the need arises. They have an issue to work through the process of lodging a complaint, and I think this hearing shows that there's a meaningful opportunity to be heard. Now, I don't know what's going to ultimately happen here, but at the very least, there was an issue in dispute that both ratepayers and the company were given the opportunity to put their positions on the record, participate in a meaningful way, and the commission ultimately will reach a decision. But I was moved to see all of these things come together in this manner, and I just think it's worth noting how well the commission has been able to open its doors to stakeholders through the live stream and through WebEx, and how the commission's lawyers and other staff have poured into such matters when at times it may seem, at least by some petitioners who happen to be pro se litigants, that they may not get a fair shake. And that definitely wasn't the case here. And last but not least, speaking of pro se litigants, I'd like to thank Commissioner Curley Williams and the executive director and the rest of the commission staff who worked on the pro se litigants guide that is available online and helps those who appear before the commission without lawyers, helps them to advocate for themselves and walks them through the process of a hearing before the commission. I think all these things have helped to serve the public interest and to open access to any and all parties that need to appear before the commission. That's all I have, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Justin Williams. Any further discussion, Commissioners? I would just like to note that I appreciate the fact that an issue was identified from our prior directive that needed to be corrected. And the process to correct that is what is being followed, as I follow Commissioner Carolee Williams' motion, is being followed with regard to the statute she cited. I think it was 58-27-2130. And because we are a body of commissioners and everyone has an equal vote, the order, an order cannot be just changed to be inconsistent with the motion and directive that was issued. And the only way to change a matter, if we feel like there was an error or a mistake, is we have to bring it back to the commission, before the commission in public, to make a motion such as Commissioner Williams has made here to correct that mistake. And I appreciate the motion. I will be supporting it. But we are following the procedures set forth in the law to amend a previous decision of the commission. This, as I understand this, and Commissioner Williams, if I say anything incorrect, please feel free to correct me. As I understand this motion, it will allow us to issue the order, if no party asks for reconsideration of this motion, allow us to issue the order with this correction, but it does not prevent any party from asking for reconsideration or rehearing of the final order. So once the order is issued, parties would still have the opportunity to ask the commission to reconsider the decision. That's correct, is it not?
That is correct.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. I know it was a detailed motion. I appreciate you working it up, Commissioner, and I will be supporting it. Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Carolee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston is present, not voting. Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. Motion carries.
Madam Chair, that completes the utilities agenda before the commission. Moving on to the motor carrier agenda. In Part A, we have one request for a new Class C certificate. Item A1 appears in docket number 2024-126T, which is the application of Oasis Residential Home Incorporated for a Class C non-emergency certificate.
With regard to motor carrier agenda item A1, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Justin Williams is recognized.
I move the commission find that Oasis Residential Home Incorporated is fit and willing and able to provide the service to the public as requested. I further move that the commission find a certificate shall be issued by the Office of Regulatory Staff to Oasis Residential Home Incorporated upon compliance with South Carolina Code Annotated Section 58-23-10 as amended and applicable regulations for motor carriers pursuant to South Carolina Code Annotated Regulations Volume 10 as amended, and the requirements listed in Exhibit A, which will be attached to this directive.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion of Commissioner Justin Williams. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
In Part B of the transportation agenda, we have two requests to amend certificates. Item B1 appears in docket number 2022-30T. This is a request from East Coast Transportation Services, LLC, doing business as Pawleys Island Transportation and Karaoke Van, to amend Class C Charter Certificate number 9652-B to read Southern Charm Limos, LLC.
With regard to motor carrier agenda item B1, is there a motion?
Chair Belser, I'd like to make a motion.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams is recognized.
Thank you. I move that the Commission grant the request of East Coast Transportation Services, LLC, doing business as Pawleys Island Transportation and Karaoke Van, to amend their Class C Charter Certificate number 9652B to read Southern Charm Limos, LLC.
Thank you. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Carol Lee Williams. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
I vote aye. The motion carries.
Item B2 is in dockets number 2005-225T and 2003-187T. This is a request from McCorkadale Transfer Incorporated to amend Class E Household Goods Certificate number 9740-A to read McCorkadale Transfer, LLC.
With regard to motor carrier agenda item B2, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Thomas is recognized.
I move that the Commission grant the request of McCorkadale Transfer Incorporated to amend their Class E Household Goods Certificate number 9740A to read McCorkadale Transfer, LLC.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion of Commissioner Thomas. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
In Part C of the transportation agenda, we have three requests for extensions of time. Item C1 appears in docket number 2024-19T. This is a request from KB Transportation Service for a 2-month extension of time to comply with Commission rules and regulations.
With regard to motor carrier agenda item C1, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Caston is recognized.
I move that the Commission grant the request of KB Transportation Service for a 2-month extension of time until June 11th, 2024, to comply with Commission rules and regulations.
Thank you. With regard to the motion, is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item C2 is in docket number 2023-389T. This is a request from Proficient Voyages, LLC for a 3-month extension of time to comply with Commission rules and regulations.
With regard to item C2 on the motor carrier agenda, is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I have a motion.
Vice Chair Powers is recognized.
I move the Commission grant the request for a 3-month extension of time until July 11th, 2024 to comply with Commission rules and regulations.
Thank you. Commissioners, any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Item C3 is in docket number 2023-276T. This is the application of Nessa's Care Carriage LLC for an additional 6-month extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations.
With regard to agenda item C3 on the motor carrier agenda, any discussion? Is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Thomas is recognized.
I move that the commission grant the request of Nessa's Care Carriage LLC for an extension of time until August the 30th, 2024 to comply with commission rules and regulations. Should the company fail to come into compliance by August the 30th, 2024, the company may file a new application.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioners, we've heard the motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
I vote aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
I vote aye. The motion carries.
In Part D of the transportation agenda, we have one request to cancel a certificate. Item D1 is in docket number 2015-297T. This is a request from Beach Access Taxi LLC to cancel Class C taxi certificate number 9089.
With regard to motor carrier agenda item D1, is there a motion?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Justin Williams is recognized.
I move that the commission grant the request of Beach Access Taxi LLC to cancel their Class C taxi certificate number 9089. So moved.
Thank you. Commissioners, we've heard the motion from Commissioner Justin Williams. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote, starting with Commissioner Justin Williams.
Aye.
Vice Chair Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Carol Lee Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
The chair votes aye. The motion carries.
Madam Chair, this concludes all business noticed before the commission today.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough. As previously stated, our next regularly scheduled commission business meeting will be next Thursday, May the 2nd, 2024 at 2 p.m. With that, we wish everyone a good afternoon, and this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.